Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Blue Maxima, and I am going to talk to you about the PC version of Shiren the Wanderer, the Tower of Fortune, and the Dice of Fate. But I usually don't start out here, because usually PC ports have everything included in the game itself, but the PC port of Shiren the Wanderer is a little bit weird, so we're just going to open up my Steam library for a minute, because there's a few things we need to talk about, especially when it comes relevant to the pre-game launcher, because there are a fair few weird things about this launcher going on. So, for one thing, online manual, available from Steam Library, right-click, Properties, General Manual. I'm sorry, what manual? This has been out for like 2 days as I record this video. I don't know how anyone didn't notice that it's not there. Also, notably, it's Spike Chunsoft publishing this and not Axis, like they have done previously with the Vita version. Why? I'm not sure. Maybe they just realized that Shiren is actually a relatively valuable property because of how good it is. But anyway, that's all we need to see is Steam right now. So, we have a few options here. Some of them are weird, and some of them are completely inverse to what you expect on a PC game, and some of them are just odd. So, in your other here, you've got the ability to skip the opening movie, turn off sound entirely, which I don't know why you would do that, and reformat all your data. Why you would do that, I have no idea, especially since you've got like 5 save slots. You can make it work, which is weird. I don't remember there being 5 save slots on Vita, but I could be remembering wrong. You've got some options up here. You've got windowed, borderless, and full screen. I don't know why you wouldn't pick borderless over full screen. There doesn't seem to be any stability issues, at least with this port, although some people on Steam have been reporting that there have been, but at the moment I haven't run into any, and I've played this on 2 different computers that both relatively overshoot the recommended requirements, so should be fine. You can only play in 16:9 resolutions, which is somewhat reasonable, but you do also have the ability to enable the window resize, but if you do that and then drag it down to anything that's not 16:9, you will get some horrible visual artifacts depending on what's taller and what's wider. You'll get these annoying horizontal lines that are constantly going up the screen, and it makes the pixel art of Shiren look absolutely terrible. So don't enable that. Play in borderless full screen, or at least play in windowed with 16:9, and don't change the resolution. You also have the ability to turn down the text resolution, and I don't know why you would do this. I don't have any reasonable explanation as to why this would be a thing you would want to do. It doesn't make any sense to me. Now, let's talk about the input options, because this is even freaking weirder. So, you can't remap your controls, which is bizarre on one level. But then you look closely at the controls and you're like, why does everything take so many different things? Like zero for cancel, for example. The way the controls in this particular port work, and I cannot say as to why, is that it emulates a gamepad. If you've ever played an emulator on a keyboard of like an NES or a Genesis or something like that, you know exactly what I mean when I'm talking about this. It pretends that the buttons are like gamepad buttons. And you've also got the ability to use controllers, which I would almost recommend. Apparently some people have been having a lot of trouble getting their controllers to work, so I wouldn't even know. I've been playing on keyboard, because whenever I play a roguelike on PC, I play on a keyboard, because that's the way you're meant to do it. So here's the 3 keyboard options that you've got, and some of these are really weird, even by my standards. So, Z and A. These buttons don't make any sense being in these positions. I don't know why they're there. And also, due to the fact that you may need to do some facing direction and then moving with 2 arrow keys, some particularly shit keyboards can't do key overflow with more than 3 keys, at least as far as I can tell. So that might actually end up being a problem if you're trying to do too much at once and your keyboard locks up. Type C is also kind of bad in this respect, because you got movement keys for every single direction going on the left, and then all your letter keys over on the right are all your action keys. And again, you can be afflicted by key overflow if you're doing this. So the best option, in my personal opinion, is the one that maps everything to the numpad. But even then, it doesn't feel particularly natural because, as I said, it emulates a gamepad. It's like you're emulating, say, the Switch version of the game, and the buttons around the outside are all like your face buttons or whatever. It's just weird. It's kind of hard to explain unless you play it, but Well, thankfully, that's what we're going to be doing right now. So let's just launch the game, shall we? I apologize that I had to spend 5 minutes rambling about that launcher, but I feel like it's a very important thing. Also, I'm going to point out, mouse, you can see it moving around ever so slightly up in the top there. You cannot use the mouse in this game whatsoever. Despite the fact that there's more than enough room to integrate mouse support into this in some way, you can't use the mouse anywhere. It's all keyboard or all controller. Again, why I think they basically feel like they just emulated the PC, the Switch version or something along those lines, right? So, for those of you who haven't actually played Shiren the Wanderer before, it is a roguelike, but it is actually one of the, old gods when it comes to roguelikes, right? It's been around ever since the Super Nintendo, and it has been known for being one of the most ridiculously in-depth sets of roguelikes ever created, and they follow exactly the same rules. You go in, you've got procedurally generated levels of monster layouts and treasures. If you die, you go all the way back to the start. But of course, where the game differs is everywhere else. Let's have a look at the options before we do anything more. So we have some options here that we can, say, turn these up. I'm going to turn them up because I don't know how loud the sound's going to be until I hear it. Change your visuals on everything. I would recommend not having the text size be large because it just looks kind of weird, if I'm being perfectly honest with you. I will also point out that despite the fact that this feels like it's emulating a gamepad, you can still get the correct keys being shown for pressing buttons in the control settings here, which is at least nice. Oh yeah, directional keys, enemy attack. No wonder it looks like that. It's because someone didn't do the replacement properly. But yes, you've got a bunch of different options here to help you play the game, and most of them are set to the more or less reasonable ways that it would be set up, although, again, more customization would be great, especially the freaking controls, but nevertheless. Also, there's a new thing here if you haven't played the Vita version called the Live Display, and if you haven't played the Vita version before, if you have played the Vita version before, I'll say, you'll know exactly what it is once we actually get into the game itself. So, you've also got plenty of other options down here. Change your name, delete your save, see how you're doing in terms of overall stats. You've got your book, which is just, lists of your monsters, items, and what have you. Also, the art in the background changes. And the one thing this game's got going for it is, well, I say the one thing, one of the things this game has going for it, is some really nice art. You do also have the ability to go to the Wanderer Rescue, which allows you to rescue other people who have failed in the dungeons but don't want to lose all that crap. Thankfully, there are ways around this. So, let's just resume my adventure immediately. For some reason, the game is displaying in soft mode. I do not like this. This just looks incredibly ugly. Where is it? There, screen display method. Let's change that to clear. There we go. It looks pixelated, but it's not blurry as hell. So here we are. We are in Nekomaneki Village. This is our hub. This is where we go wandering around to get some equipment together, to get some items, and prepare for the journey into the Tower of Fortune, which we are going to in order to save the sister of a poor guy named Jirokishi. I think her name is Oyu? So you need to travel to the top of the dungeon in order to fight the God of Destiny and save her life, basically. That is more or less the whole story for the most part. The real meat is in the gameplay. So let's talk about the gameplay. It's a roguelike, and you've got plenty of things to make that work in a roguelike. And just to use this as an example, one of the things about Shiren is that you have the ability to hold onto weapons and then upgrade them significantly. So this is nowhere near what a regular weapon would look like. I don't think I actually have one on me, but maybe I can go and... Not the warehouse. This is not where I want to be right now. There's the modern display, but we don't want to be looking at that right now. A regular weapon over here by the shopkeeper. I believe he'll at least let me look at the weapon that I'm looking for. Here we go. Here's your regular kind of weapon. 3 power, 12 max upgrades, and 9 rune slots. That's actually a lot of rune slots. And it also has the special ability of being able to break through walls. However, you do have the ability to carry weapons along with you and save them for, say, the end of a dungeon, or just generally bring them back with you. And this one in particular has a bunch of stuff applied to it. So we have the ability to get a charge attack if we miss twice. We have the ability to never rust. We have the ability to affect confused and paralyzed on each swing, which is a really useful set of features. Our shield's even got more stuff. Reflects damage, reduces fire damage, never gets downgraded, earns XP and fullness when taking damage, and nothing will ever be stolen from us, and we're a bit stronger. So the idea of the game is that you find all of these items, you upgrade them along the way, and you keep tackling the Tower of Fortune until you get to the very end. But of course there is more to it than that. So up here's your shopkeeper, you've already met him, you can buy and sell things. You can also apply tags to things so that you don't lose them if you do die and you don't have a way out. But I do have a way around this. We do also have a storehouse that we can use to store stuff. So let's have a look at all the stuff that I've got stored. Bunch of shields, bunch of weapons, bunch of food, bunch of grasses, bunch of scrolls that all have different effects, and pots that you can stick stuff in. I don't know why I'm not taking this. Let's take this pot. No reason not to take this pot. Pots also do have some other effects, but we'll get to them later. You can also deposit money, just in case you do end up dying. You won't at least lose the money that you have in the bank. Now, let's just make sure that I've got the item that I need. There it is. Blind Vive. When KO'd, choose to get up or escape. Become affected with blind status. That is actually a custom item. So if I come down here... Now, I imagine that these items aren't ready yet. It's entirely possible they will be, but let's just take a look anyway. You know, take a look tomorrow in the secret pots. These secret pots actually allow you to make new items. You stick items in and you come back every day in real time and they let you see new items. It all depends on the luck of the roll. For example, the reason why this blind vibe here is in my inventory and it's like this, and I call it my masterpiece because you can change both the name and the description, is that I put it in there, waited a day, and then came back and got the item out, and it looks like that. But you can also wait and see if better effects come up, and they're actually way better if you wait a full week, but any longer than a week, and they will turn into weeds, and they will be useless. You can also do some very nice things, including buying these items. I think there's like an encyclopedia around here somewhere, but I'd be lying if I can remember where it was. You can buy the new items from him, but only one at a time. So if you ever need like a revive grass, like I've got, I can just come and buy a blind vibe from him. And thankfully, going blind when you're using one of these is actually quite useful. Because it means that, here's the thing about this, when you're dead, you have the choice to get up and fight again, or run away. I usually use the opportunity to run away, so I don't mind having a blind 5 grass. Those new items also get deposited into the world. So if you have an item that you really like, you can stick it in a pot, and then wait for it to see if it gets any better, and then pull it back out, and then you'll have that new item all over the world, and you can store up to 64 items in this way. You can also talk to that dog to buy a random luck lot, but my luck has been terrible lately. He just gives you crappy items if you lose, so I don't. This is also where you come to change your abilities for nighttime, which we won't worry about too much right now. And this is where you can come to register to rescue people, but I am not going to do that. We do also have some other mechanics that we got going on, and I'll just go over them really quickly. The Dungeon Center. Over here on the left are boulder pushing puzzles. You know the type. I can't remember the bloody name of them, but you got a bunch of them there and you get rewards if you win them. This lady here will play a Minesweeper game with you. And this lady here controls all the bonus dungeons, of which there are something like 30 or 40 overall. I can't remember. I know that they've added 3 new dungeons to this PC port that the Vita version didn't have, and they're also on the Switch version. And they have all sorts of things going on here. Makes you remember your bittersweet youth. I don't even know what that means. Many items to help you confess your love. That is an interesting concept for a dungeon. But then you've also got things like the Hunter Pond, which also do something along... I'm not going to bother reading her messages there. But that dungeon basically makes it so that no items show up on the floor, you have to kill monsters to get them. all the dungeons fiddle with the gameplay like that in some way, and there are tons of bonus ones to be unlocked as you go, including some overly ridiculous, super hard bonus dungeons later on. And there is a difference between, you do have some dungeons which let you take all the stuff you got here in, including friendlies, and there are some dungeons which don't let you take anything in at all. So if you're a fan of pure roguelike, you're catered to here, at least once you get to certain points in the main story. The point shop guy is very useful because there are traps in the field that you can run over that you can see that will give you 10 points if you've got a card on you. And then you can come here and buy stuff, including undo grass or revival grass, which are both incredibly useful. You should always have at least one of these so that you don't get the shit beat out of you. You've also got a bunch of other miscellaneous items there to play into other parts of the game. Gen isn't relevant yet. I still have no idea what he does, despite the fact I've played this game on 2 different platforms. And the rest is pretty self-explanatory. Well, not so much self-explanatory, but licensed shop. That just gives you the ability to make friends with monsters, but it costs an absolute ton of money that I don't want to use right now. Curse. If an item gets cursed, you can't unequip it or use it. Warehouse just lets you store stuff. You'll never lose it if you put it there. And we've already been in the hotel. So that's the basics. You've got the point card to help you out with stuff later on. You've got everything up there to sell, store, and help you along your way with brand new items and just interesting things that you can do. Over here in the bottom right, you've got plenty of side activities if you get bored of the main grind. Over here, you've got the ability to buy some extra items as you go along. And there's some, of course, some extra story stuff going on. But there's nothing to say about that. Now, before we go out, I actually want to go and get some money out, because there are absolutely things that require you to have at least a decent amount of money on you. And just to be safe, I actually want to go and get some revival grass as well, just to make sure that I've got 2 of the damn things, because this game is more than happy to kind of screw you out of a bunch of crap you're really going to need at the wrong time. Just because it's a roguelike, it's a very hard roguelike, they tend to do that. So give me one of those undo grasses. This is the item that I stuck in the pot and waited for a day in order to turn it into a different thing that I could also find out in the world, because the more of these you have, the more ability you have to find them out in the world. I want to put it into a pot, please. There we go. Pots serve as containers, but there are also some pots that are somewhat difficult to deal with. The preservation pot is the only pot you can easily take stuff out of. There are other pots, like original pots, which you can't. There are also some weird pots, like laughter pots, which tell you a horrible joke and make everybody laugh uncontrollably. This game does have its weird items. One of the cool things about the Vita port was that one of the first codes they unveiled for it was, yeah, to revive him. Do you have anything to throw? Right, I'm gonna need to revive him at some point, aren't I? You do have companions. They can be kind of annoying to deal with. As you can see, I need to revive him. Unfortunately, I don't think I have anything to revive him with. And I can't really buy anything, except for like revival grass down at the point shop. I'm going to have to go get that, aren't I? Wrong door. Welcome to the point shop. Yeah, give me that revival grass. No, I don't want to spend more points. I just want to go out. I want to get started on our little roguelike adventure. Alright, let's go. I like copper. I like the art of all the portraits here. They look nice as they've been upscaled. So here we are. Oh hey, there's Tao. Perfect. Hi Tao. I want to talk to Tao before I talk about anything. So, hi Tao. Special guide offer? Sure, I'll hire you. She complains about how much of a cheapskate I am. I probably should have done that before I hired her on, but oh well. So here's the game. We are playing as Shiren the Wanderer, and our idea is to get to the top floor. Everything takes place in turns. This is a full-on roguelike. This is not a roguelite. This meets most of the conventions you would expect while introducing a few of its new ones. So you wander around these levels, looking for monsters to beat up, and as you do, you will find items, you can equip them, you can fuse them together later on in order to get special effects and what have you. and you level up. Although, one of the weird things about the Shiren the Wanderer series specifically, although it's not exactly uncommon when it comes to the old gods of roguelikes, is that you level up individually each time. So your level resets, but your equipment doesn't, at least if you get out alive. Which is a bit disappointing, but at the same time, if you came through these older dungeons already leveled up to the freaking brim, it's not like the game would have any challenge whatsoever earlier on. Even with good equipment, it can still take a decent whack out of you if you don't follow the usual set of warnings when it comes to... If you don't follow the usual set of warnings when it comes to... Hi, what do you do? You're a mid-level master of... Ooh! Yes, please. Give me an ability. What do you got? Room Healing Flash. Interesting. Yeah, I will take your Room Healing Flash. We will get to that stuff shortly. And by shortly, I mean in like 30 minutes. And don't get me wrong, especially when you're starting out, this game is hard. It is legitimately difficult to survive in Shiren because you do not know what you're doing. The amount of times I got my ass kicked, even when I knew what I was doing, just in the beginning, was surprisingly high. I lost a decent amount of stuff just because I couldn't for the life of me remember certain things about the game. But now that I'm a little better, I at least stand a decent chance of surviving the way up the tower. Enemies will attack you and they can do a ton of damage. I would feel... Oh, it's another item detector. This is where things start to get interesting because I'm very low on... You know what, screw it. Read the identify scroll. Just a regular copper cleaver? Okay. But yes, enemies can do a good amount of damage to you. The only reason why I'm only taking 1 damage per hit is because I have a really good shield. Like if I go to my backpack, 26 defensive power and 40 attacking power. That's the only reason I'm still alive. When you come into this game, at first, you feel lost. You will get your ass handed to you by monsters on the regular. You will be constantly losing all your items until you learn the tricks of the trade. Oh, hey, the item I dropped off is done. My inventory is full, because of course it is. Let's drop... no, we'll use the Otagriso, because that is a health increasing herb. That's good enough. Give me my item back, please. It was a beast shield. Didn't even bother to identify it. Thanks! Oh dear, I'm confused. Running around randomly and attacking randomly. You do not want to attack when you've got a partner next to you like that. And I've been sprung all over the place. Normally this would get you killed, but I've been playing for long enough that this isn't really a problem. With that said though, it definitely doesn't make the game any easier when you get sprung into the middle of a couple of monsters. This does happen a fair amount of the time. And it does hurt, especially if you're not prepared for it. So of course, you need to start learning certain tactics and abilities. Like for example, taking cover in a hallway like this, where you've only got 1 space to the left or right of you, and you use that to bottleneck enemies in. If there is an enemy that's too strong, find yourself a really good item, like say a warp staff, and just wave it away to get it as far away from the bastards as possible. There are... Ow, I stood on a trap. There are so many examples like this. Oh dear, it's a pot. Actually, yeah, we'll just put all the weapons I picked up so far in here. Yeah, Tower can take care of them. Whoa, you just warped all of us. What a dick. I don't think we went very far, though. Nope, we didn't. There's the pot. I just want to put the rest of my stuff in there to manage my inventory. Because I need to. We don't want to put the bracelets in there just yet. We'll put the tin shield in there. That'll do. We can't take anything out of that ordinary pot. Oh, hi, you're a shopper. I keep getting interrupted. You'll be purchasing that. Yes, I will. Also, yes, use the minus key in order to select stuff. Again, this just continues to be weird. I do want to buy this, though, because this actually lets me upgrade my shield for more defensive power. Also, I can sell stuff to him, but actually, how much is that pot that I've got all my shields in right now? Because there's not much there that I don't already have. 7,500. Holy crap. Yeah, take it. I will happily walk around with 12,000 gold. It's actually Gitan in this game, but, you know, it's gold. It's basically gold. But yes, you need to learn tactics, like driving monsters into corridors so that you can take them on one by one, using ranged weaponry like rocks and staves in order to keep them away from your face so that they don't kick it in. You need to do all sorts of little things like that in order to keep yourself alive. And this is also compounded by a few things. Hi, Tao. You're my guide, but I'm currently way stronger than you. For fuck's sake. There goes my phone. Why is it not on silent? I put it on silent 5 minutes ago. I cannot stop being distracted. Anyway, now that we're here, we've got 3 dungeons to pick from. One on the right's the longest, one on the left's the shortest. Let's go for the middle one. As I was saying, all of these challenges with defeating all these different kinds of monsters, and they can have some really annoying tactics, like being able to steal your shit, for example. Being able to automatically unequip all your shit, for example. I've got these 2 types of shields that are both in the same family, which means they let me put on 2 different bracelets at once. And there are some special effects along those lines, which you absolutely want to make use of. Oh, cool, this guy is just going to give me a free item. Please accept this. Did he just give me a sack of money? He just gave me a sack of money. That's not something I've ever seen that guy give me. Well, if I drop it and use that earth scroll while I'm here to add a +1 to my shield. Yay, money. There's the stairs to go up. We'll go explore a bit first. But yes, all of these different monsters with all of their different abilities is compounded. And their different abilities include things like being able to hit you from across the room, being able to use magic to help you, well, not to help you, but to beat the shit out of you. Uh-oh. A monster leveled up. That's never good. That usually happens when they manage to kill another monster. Where's Tao? I'm really worried about Tao. I think Tao might have got taken out when I was warped. Oh yeah, Curse Girl. Yes, she can curse your items. There are dragons that can hit you from all the way across the map. There are monsters that can steal everything that you have. There are monsters that can disarm your shield and throw it across the flippin' room. There are so many different kinds of monsters and abilities that you need to deal with. Yeah, look, I just got an item sealed, which means I can't get to anything inside that preservation pot. Thankfully, it's not one that I had my blind vibe in. Which sucks, but I'll deal with it. I'll take some more food though. See, he can just warp me from across the room. He can also warp all the monsters from across the room. So if he manages to get you and a bunch of dudes all at once, it's bad news, son. But what it's helped out by is, and by helped out by I mean the difficulty of course, is the fact that you don't have to deal with just your HP. You have a hunger meter. And this hunger meter slowly goes down as you progress. I am pretty sure Tao is gone. Thankfully she comes back. It's not permadeath for her. But it just shows how useless she is sometimes, unfortunately. So you need to manage your hunger as you go. You do get some items as you go along. So it's some items in the form of food. You'll always start out with a large onigiri, which can fill your health bar to full. Not your health bar, your hunger bar to full. Oh dear. Yes, I would like to help the sister. Alright, I'm guessing that she is collapsed on a later floor. And I will need to help her out by throwing one of my revival items at her. But yes, the difficulty is helped out by the fact that you have a hunger meter that you need to manage. You need to find items in the world in order to continually fill it up. It's not as draining, especially when you get a bunch of abilities later on, like the diet shield actually helps with keeping the hunger down. And also, when I get hit directly, sometimes it brings my fullness back up, which is quite nice. Yay, I can move normally again. There's the stairs. We might as well take them. Yay, for critical hits. So not only do you need to manage the... I really should stop stepping on the slow traps. So not only do you have your hunger to deal with, though, you also have a inventory to deal with. And your inventory in this game, as you can tell over on the right side there, is quite limited. Because, holy crap, you do not have much space in this game. Thankfully, you do have these pots to help you out, which you can very easily store stuff in. But man, do they make it difficult to not fill up your inventory immediately. You're constantly going to be making decisions like, what food do I take with me? Am I sure that I'm going to be able to... do I have enough like utilities in order to take out potentially bad monsters? What do I have that I need to get through, say, a... Well, I fell asleep. Do I have all the utilities I need to make sure that I can get through to a better... What was that scroll? Slumber scroll. And I just had all my stuff unequipped. That's always fun to deal. Oh god. I do not want to get close to him. He's in aura. That makes him stronger. You have so little inventory space that the constant tango between having a full inventory of stuff that, say, you want to take back for gold, or that you want to merge into your items in order to make them more powerful. You've always got that between the resources that you will need in order to actually successfully make it through the dungeons. And that can certainly be an issue. Speaking of issues, I just walked right into one. I might be pretty strong right now, but this isn't going to work out well for me unless I figure out something quick. How about this? Good night. Ah, fuck. Shouldn't have attacked him first. Yep, he lays a trap as he dies. I missed. Didn't miss that time. Wow, I stepped onto a log trap and that sent it flying into me. Oh no. Everybody's awake again. Do I have another one of those scrolls? I may have walked over one. I think I've got another one of those scrolls. I do. Read. I really should take that undo grass out of there. 1. Paralyzed. 2. Dead. 3. Dead. Alright, I'm doing alright now that I've managed to take out the majority of the horde. But man, they are not making it easy on me. So, alright, we've got antidote grass, we've got a stomach expander, that's always going to be useful. What's the shield? Just a plain one? Shouldn't have stepped on that. Beast Fang, Stone Shield, I've already got that ability. Of course all my crap is unequipped again. There's probably traps on every square of this. Yeah, how did I know? Thankfully, you can also face any direction that you want to if you need to be worried about traps. I'm probably going to want to take one of these staves. Not that stave, though. I want this one. So if I open my item menu, I can go to my preservation pot, insert this, and there we go. Now I've got that to carry along with me, and as I said I should have done, peek, get. Nope, can't do that. What can I do? I can throw the beast shield at the wall because I don't need it. Now I can get my undo grass. There we go. I will eat this hard peach with the hunger. And I will move on. Ow. A Zircon bracelet. Mr. Zircon is here to kill. Right, insert what's at my feet. There we go. Now I can carry that with me. See what I mean about the inventory being a constant threat? You are the novice ability master. What have you got to teach me? Sticky shot. I know the ability, so I can always get it later, so yep, be sure to put it in later. Thank you very much. Ooh. Let's use that too. Very good. So you got tons of monsters. See what I mean about the guys who can parry the shields out of your hands? They can be very problematic, especially at the wrong times. Because not only did he parry me, and... Oh, I didn't need to re-equip that. God damn it. Sort them out. There we go. Not only can you parry that out of my freaking hand, I have to go pick it up and reapply it again. At which point, I also need to put all my stuff back in. So yeah, this game is hard. And you will be constantly fighting the limits of your resources, at least early on. When you're like this, when you're here at this point like I am, and you're at least doing somewhat well, you can at least say that this isn't a big deal. I want this, but that means I'm going to have to drop a few things. Thankfully, I can also sell things here, and he'll give me gold for them. I don't even need this item detector. He'll give me a decent amount of money for it, so didn't mean to do that. Put that back down, please. Thank you. 3,000 gold. I'll take it. And I will grab this revival grass for my own use. You can steal from him and run the fuck away. You can and will die, but you can do it. Oh man, this is bad. I am running out of inventory space quite quickly. But the thing about Shiren that makes all of this stuff, the monsters wandering around everywhere, the stupid amounts of abilities, the silly inventory management sometimes where you feel like you're playing Tetris, but in a list with a bunch of pots. The thing about it is that even at the end of the day, the difficulty is very fairly balanced. There are always strategies that you can do. There are always weapons that you can make. There are always skills to apply that will help you out in the long run. And there are so many of them. Like, for example, I'm sure I'll see plenty of these later on, so I can use it as a demonstration. Say I want this guy to just disappear. He's gone. Say I want a shield that does a lot of different things that aren't this. I can just carry two shields around and have them both just topped the hell out with special abilities. Do I want to go and turn these bracelets into something cooler? I can go stick them in the secret pots. I would love to show you what synthesis looks like, where you stick a bunch of weapons into a synthesis pot and then you get to pull out one really powerful one. But I haven't found one of those on this run yet, and they are quite rare and expensive when you do find them, so... Yes, but the way that you upgrade weapons mainly in this game, by merging weapons together and giving them their abilities, the way you do that is by putting them into the synthesis pots one by one, and that the ones you throw in after will give their special abilities to the one that you put in first. Doesn't work the same way with bracelets. You have to put them in the secret pots and hope for the best. But still, there is always some kind of strategy that you can do, even in the really hard dungeons later on. Like, I don't remember if this was about Shiren 5. There were a couple of dungeons in the other Shirens that I was reading about that did this, where you are, in some dungeons, you are constantly being attacked by dragons. To the point where, by the time you get to level 80 of 99 or something like that, you will be dealing with dragons that can hit you on literally any space on the map, and will do so every turn until you finish the dungeon. And you can still beat those if you have your shield, your weapon, and your skills prepared effectively. As to what the fuck I'm gonna do about this, I have no goddamn clue. This is really bad. What the shit? Well, it's not really that bad. I'm still pretty strong as is. So I can still fight these guys off. There are, of course, things you can choose to do. There are tactics you can choose to employ. Like, for example, try not to swing wildly while you're confused. That is one thing. Also, while you're blind. Oh god, it's another preservation pot. Here we go again with the monster of a insert. Yeah, we want to insert an onigiri because these can be turned into rotten ones by a bad trap or two. I'm sure you can tell what a trap is in the context of this kind of game. And we'll put the life grass in there as well. Now I need to just pick it up and we can move on. Now I've got more item slots, yay! As a result of all of these tactics being available to you in many different ways than you might expect, this game's great. You need more strength. Ah, fuck those scorpions then, eh? That's alright. It's usually not something too important in there. I hate the cheer hams. They power up everyone around them. They are immensely annoying to deal with. Let's go. Yay, the Hermit's Hermitage! Alright. Good stuff. There is stuff we can do up here as well. There is an ability place and there is a blacksmith. Thankfully, I have the thing that he wants. Yes. No, that's not what I'm looking for. You want this one. Here you go. So this guy can upgrade my stuff. That's exactly what I want him to do. Please upgrade my shield. Unfortunately, you can only do this once per run. But still, a better shield is better than nothing. You can also remove a rune. Yeah, you can only use the same magic once per day. That's fine. You can also remove runes, so if there's something on your shield you don't like, you can remove it and add something else to it. Of course, there's more people and stuff to talk about around here. But I think we're just going to leave all of this alone. Oh, item shop. I have 17 grand. What do I even have here that is worth the money? A synthesis pot. You bet your ass I want that. Actually, I might grab 2. I have the ability to run home if I need to. So it might be good to have one around just to be safe. Do I have any... You know, I've got this katana, but I don't know what the details are on it. If it ends up being cursed, I'll end up cursing my sword. I don't want to do that. I can show that off when I get home. I've got swords that I can use at home, or even shields for that matter, because I'd like to apply... Oh, right. Yeah, we're full up on runes on this one, so I'd have to get rid of one of these. I think I'll get rid of Pain Fuel, because there's a similar sort of thing. No, this isn't the blacksmith. I think I'll get rid of Pain Fuel, because that's the same sort of thing as just having more hunger, having less hunger happen to me. Yes, it'll cost... I don't have enough... God damn it. Right, time to go sell something. I'll sell the katana. I don't need it. Also a good way to tell if items are actually worth something, because sometimes if they're way more expensive than they should be, it might be worth more than you would expect. Yes, I want to remove a rune, please. I want to remove a rune from the shield. I want to remove pain field. Job done. And now I can synthesize more onto it later. Job done. Let's move on. Actually, do I have the ability to grab a torch while I'm here? I'm gonna need it. I don't. That's fun, but I'm gonna buy a heel grass. Just to be safe. Let's go. Actually, do you... Yeah, let's go. I know how the night works, so let's just move straight on ahead. So the challenge comes from the... Whoa! Hi! Now that's a warp. The challenge comes from the monsters, their ridiculous abilities, and at the same time, all of the stuff that you can do in order to improve your equipment, give yourself more advantages. Wow, you're a dick. And just generally make things easier on yourself. Well, I have my strength back. That's nice. And going for the runs again and again, looking for better equipment, finding everything you need in order to take on that really difficult boss, whether it just be the top of the Tower of Fortune, which is the main dungeon, or one of the side dungeons, or really learning how everything works to the point where you can beat a special side dungeon with extra rules going on, is what keeps this game engaging. There will always be something new to learn and something new to master. The game goes on forever, even after the bloody, oh god, it's a super torch. I'm going to want that. Give me that torch. Whoa, I don't want to swap that for my sword. No, no. Bad touch, bad touch. Swap. Backpack. Sword. Equip. Growth bracelet. Sword. Okay, come get me. I did not want to do that with the bloody torch. But anyway, you get the idea. There are also stupid mistakes like that which can really ruin your day. As a result of everything I've just mentioned, and all of the silly potential strategies you can have, all the way up to throwing, like, say, a slow grass at someone to slow them down, or just having an explosive pot that you think to yourself, oh, I can do something with this, or doing something even ridiculous. Because night is going to fall soon, and there are some ridiculous strategies you can take when you're trying to do something in the middle of the night. One of my favorite examples that I've managed to pull off being summoning everyone to the same spot and then blasting them all away with something that looks like a Kamehameha wave. How do I... Right. Backpack. These controls are still weird. Even after like 7 hours of this port, I still can't get used to them. I'd really appreciate being able to rebind the controls and having them not be stupid like they currently are right now, but... whatever. It took me way longer to get to this point in the original Shiren 5 on Vita. Ow. Damn it. Where am I? Down the bottom. I'm just gonna kill you straight up. I'm not giving you the satisfaction or the opportunity to take me for a ride. Okay, up we go. No reason not to kill everything here. My HP was restored. Thanks, Mr. Grassman. They tend to throw their grass like that, and it's usually not bad. Reach level 23. Very good. You do have the ability to rest on the spot, but I would fully recommend you not do that in the middle of a fight. It will not help you out. Yay, critical hit. Another one of the special abilities of my sword. I can only miss twice. The third time, the enemy will come to regret it. I've got no items that I need to really get. I just need to find the exit. Ow. Oh, it's getting dark. I do bonus damage. Thanks, Mr. Bird. I'm going to guess that the exit is over on the right, based on the shape of the map. Thankfully, I got that super torch earlier. I should still have some peaches in my preservation pots. Those are very useful. Alright, we're in the Tower of Fortune. What's that wand there? It's a bounce stuff. We don't want that. Oh yeah, metal monster! I do more damage to them because my sword is equipped to do it. It's nice. Right, yeah. Oh, power-up grass became large onigiri. That kinda helps. The sun is setting. Night will fall soon. So I haven't talked about one half of the way the day-night cycle in this game works yet. There's a very good reason for that. Because it's so thoroughly different from the way the rest of the game works that it feels weird to not talk about it on the... Oh god, this guy's tough. Never mind, killed him in one shot. Might as well use that. See where everything is on the floor. All the traps. Of which there are many. They are random. They have plenty of different effects. And now we're in the middle of the night. So the middle of the night actually works completely differently in comparison to the rest of the game. So, my regular weapon does no damage to these new night monsters, which appear immediately after nightfall happens. They can't see very well. Thankfully, I can. But now that we have encountered a monster, he can do massive amounts of damage to me. But this is the time to use my new abilities. These abilities can do all sorts of weird little effects. However, they are limited in their usage. So the idea is you want to be as careful as humanly possible with them. 4 damage ain't much, but that... Trust me, these fuckers get dangerous. Thankfully, every time you progress up a floor, I believe, you get all your abilities back. You do also have the ability to eat food, which will have the same effect, particularly peaches. Probably should have done my Kamehameha wave there. That actually would have been a good time to do it. They are also fighting amongst themselves and making even more ridiculously strong night monsters. So you want your torch out, because since it's so freaking dark... Oh, a sail pot. I'll just tell you what that is instead of bothering to pick it up. What it does is you put items in it, it turns them into cash. You can then smash the pot to get the cash. There are plenty of other kinds of pots, like explosive pots and pots that randomly transform items and a bunch of other things along those lines. Alright, I guess you get the concussive cannon. As I said, it's a freaking Kamehameha wave. But, oh, now I'm in trouble. Right. Electrocute. Because I am completely out of abilities. Damn, it's cursed. I can't eat it. I can try. Yep, it was sealed. I had a feeling. There goes my phone again, for God's sake. Who wants me right now? Right, if I eat... Damn it. It needs to be a peach. Right. Did I give up my only peach? Of course I did. Night doesn't last forever. And there are ways to protect yourself. Allow me to demonstrate one of them. Now that I have found a room full of nothing but doors, I can shut them all and wait. They will eventually come to me. But for now, since I'm in a safe room and they can't spawn directly around me, I can just wait night out. And thank God for that. My other two abilities are all... Uh-oh. I better get my sword back on. Oh, I'm gonna need a trick to get out of this one, aren't I? That'll do. Yeah, run the fuck away while I beat the shit out of all of you. There we go. So that was nighttime gameplay. It is extremely stressful in somewhat different ways. Also, you might have noticed, when I unequipped the torch, it disappeared. Because torches only last once. So if you need to go through night twice, and you don't have the ability to go through night twice with a torch, you are so screwed. Oh hey, it's a Zen pot. You know what? I'm gonna take that, because I might need it. We'll use a swift grass. I'll take that. I'll just leave you. You're lucky, you get to live. But yes, nighttime gameplay is extremely stressful. Its power went up by 2, its upgrade limit, and it gained a new rune slot. Great, so I didn't have to take out the gained hunger back. Wonderful timing on my part. I have the feeling I want to try and kill this thing before it can attack me. I was right to do so, but now I'm asleep. Oh, I hate these fuckers. Thankfully, I can just kill them in one shot. They fire arrows at you. They are very difficult to deal with. An item detector. Again? I'm getting really lucky with these item detectors, man, I tell ya. I'll just swap. There we go. Don't need rocks. It's a useful ranged ability, don't get me wrong, but... they're quite weak. You can also get arrows, which are basically the same thing but more powerful. Pinning staff, what does this do? I'm assuming it makes the enemy stop moving. Warp to creature or wall that the magic bullet impacted. So it's a teleportation staff. Ish. Yeah, you know what? You're worth it. I'm going to take you along with me. You might actually be useful in the near future. So I will take you. Let's go. Oh, here we are. This is where things start to get difficult. Notice the fact that there are 3 enemies gunning for me right now. The Punisher missed. I didn't. I did not miss twice as well, thankfully. Let's just move out of his way to prevent his attack. Face back towards him. And just get hit in the face anyway. Yep, I knew I could kill you. But now... I have no health. This is not a great spot to be in. You know what? Let's put on the monster detector now. So now I can see where all the monsters on the map are. Unfortunately, I have 2 of them gunning for me. And I don't have that much to use to help me out in this situation. I can use a herb. And I can use a swift grass. What the hell? Oh, Jesus. Did I step on a trap or something? Did something hit me from long distance? What the hell do I do here? I could bail the fuck out, but that would not, that would not be my favorite option, but As soon as I try to move, I am basically going to get my shit kicked in. So I think bailing the fuck out is my best option at this point. I've got a fair amount of items. I can take them all back and figure out what's worth selling and what's worth holding on to. I have made it several floors higher than this, but I just don't think we're going to make it this time. I don't have the items to deal with this. If I only had a vacuum scroll, I always tend to throw them out because they never tend to be useful until I bloody need them. Right. We're just gonna get the fuck out of here. So thankfully, since I had the escape scroll on hand, I got out and I get to keep all of my stuff. I get to keep my gold, I get to keep all the items I found, I get to keep basically everything, and I'm right back here at level 1. That could have ended a lot worse. I could have tried to carry on that fight and gotten my shit kicked in for it. I'd like to sell some stuff, please. What do I have available to sell? Thankfully, all the other stuff I have got identified, so we can sell stuff now. What is it that we have that's worth selling? We can sell the sail pot. No need to have it down here. So now that I've done that, yes, I would like to withdraw some of my shields, because now I can demonstrate how to use... Actually, hang on, what does the heavy shield do again? Details. Makes you hungry quicker, but it's got high defense. Yeah, we're not doing that. Iron Targe. Yeah, it's made out of iron. Right, there, blast shield. I want a blast shield. Because that's good against explosion damage, if I remember correctly. I also want my counter shield. No, I don't want to withdraw anything else. So let's improve my shield. And I have to do it over here in the warehouse where the actual game mechanics work. So, I've got my synthesis pots. Let's use them. Details. 7 rune counts out of 9. So let's get the synthesis pot and insert my fine shield. Now let's insert the blast shield. And now let's insert the fine counter. And now we throw it. There's my shield. It's been upgraded. And I can put my growth bracelet back on, because that's always more useful in the early game. It's been upgraded, it's more powerful now. And it's got 8 runes, and what's the new one? Reduces explosive damage. Considering that I've already got Retribution, it probably wasn't the best idea to use that, the counter shield in there. But that's how upgrading your items works. I believe if you put in the same kind of shield, it also just, like, upgrades the shield. So if you find a beast shield, for example, and just throw it in, it just gives you more power. No argument from me. How long have we been at it? 1 hour and 3 minutes. Brilliant. This is about as long as my other one. My other video on this subject. But I will at least say that despite the issues with the PC port, the weird-ass controls, some of the options being a bit iffy, and not being as well capable as a PC port could usually be, for example, no mouse support, I would have loved to have been able to play this on my tablet. You could have easily added, like, a few touch buttons in the bottom left and bottom right and sold this on mobile, and you'd have, like, one of the most well-received mobile games ever made. That's for sure. But it's still an absolutely fantastic, challenge-filled, mechanically deep, enjoyable as hell game. If you hold a monster's license, that particular type of monster will become your ally in the dungeon. If you exit the floor where that monster appears, the license may change into a different item. That's a problem. That's kind of why I don't use them. They cost a lot, and they don't help you out that much more than once, but who knows, maybe having that available to me in a boss fight would be great. So what I want to do now is I would like to store everything that I've got on me. I'm assuming that everything else will be okay. I would like to store everything that I have, please. I'd also like to store... Actually, just before I do that, I want to go see what my luck is going to be for the rest of the video. Hi. Of course I freaking lost. Why am I not surprised? Onigiri. It's food. Yeah, fuck it, I'll buy another one. I've got the money. I've got to get a super win at some point. I won! What did I win? A heavy shield! I don't need that. God damn it. I do not need that. And, alright. Are these ready yet? Come take a look tomorrow. Great. Alright, let's just put everything in the store. I'd also like to deposit all of my tea time. So now I can go show you some of the... Oh, hi! It's about time this side quest popped up. Can't remember if this is the girl that turns into your weapons or is just your companion. It's one of the two. Morph into monsters and use their abilities, yeah. Thankfully, the thing about your companions is that they level up independently of you and they don't go back down when you do. So making them more powerful as they go along can actually make them quite useful to you later on in the game. I made it a fair bit further than I did in this run, probably because I had that guy's help. But yes, no, I can't check how many points I've got because I don't have the card on me. So let's just go into the Dungeon Center, where we can do things. The Statue Cave. Let's play Hit the Wall. Don't have to do it for her, but trust me, for the other games that you do have to. Store them all away to make sure you don't lose them. Hit the wall. Boom. Done. That was easy. That was weird, but okay. There are 150 of those puzzles. They do get quite difficult. What do I get? 4 Shadowbind Talismans. That just stops them from moving, and you can throw them like weaponry. So, that's nice. You want to keep going to the next problem? Yes. Let's do 4-2 Crab. Whatever the hell that means. I believe the 4-2-8 pots are the explosive pots. So whatever this is, it's probably not going to turn out well. Oh my god. Oh my god. This isn't good. You know what? Grenade! Dead. Oh, I didn't get all of them. Not good. Dead. Yes, let's try this problem again. Nope. Alright. So I have to immediately get the pot. Now turn and throw it right now. Except that doesn't leave me with a way to change the... Oh, jeez. What the hell do they expect you to do here? Oh yeah, Scout lets you just look at the entire thing, the entire map, but I haven't played something that needs you to do that just yet. Yes, I want to abandon this adventure, because it just gives me the option to try it again. Also, I will warn you, this game hates save scumming, so be very careful if you decide to try and do that. The game will not let you do that. Let's try this again. I think I have an idea of how you're supposed to go about this. That's not how you're supposed to do it. Because we have to destroy those two walls with this pot. At the same time... Nope, wrong button. At the same time, we need to kill all of those scorpions in one shot. So we have to do this in the corner? This isn't going to work either. Yep. How do I keep them in a state that lets me kill all of them? Dead. No, we will not try this problem again. I've always been terrible at these sorts of puzzles. You do get shit for solving them. But I don't think I will without just obsessively using a guide. Speaking of which... It's fine. I won, like, what? One item? Now here's explosion rocks. It's Minesweeper, but with punching. So I know where those mines are... Oh, no, I don't know where that's going to be. I know that this one is safe. And there's got to be one there too. And there we are. I get the item, I get to leave. I want to keep going. You uncover a mine? Well, I'm sure we'll find out eventually what that looks like. Yep, if you uncover a mine like that, it hurts you. There are also mines that, strangely enough, don't explode, but have enemies on them. Those are fun to deal with. Right, we know that that one has to be that one, so we can safely punch those away. I was also never good at these kinds of puzzles. Alright, so it can't be this one. Okay. So that one has to be a mine, which leaves one of these three up the top. Can't be this one. Okay, there we go. Another paralysis staff. Honestly, this isn't too bad rewards. You get better rewards for doing the higher levels, and I will show off a higher level. It's just kind of a problem, because these have one. Alright, it's got to be this one. It's not like it matters, but it's just kind of a problem because, ooh. Right, so we know what... Oh, no, we don't know what all three of those are, but we do, thankfully, know that this one is a mine. So, let's bomb the fuck out of it. Okay. I have a bad feeling about this. Right, so that one in the corner has to be a mine. And so that one can only be surrounded by two. So these two have to be mines. This one's surrounded by three, and we know the one in the top corner here is one of them. And we know the one down the bottom there is another one. So I'll take a guess. Okay. That one's surrounded by three mines. So is that one. What floor are we on? Shit. Actually, you know what? If I eat this grilled onigiri, it'll give me my health back. So yeah, even if that one turns out to be mine, yeah, we can just advance on to floor 4 of 5. Great. But thankfully, I just kind of like made the right decision there and then, so... Okay, so that one's got to be a mine, so we can punch this one away, and this one. Do we really want that staff? I don't think we do. We can just move on. So now that we're on the 5th floor, there's all the cool shit. And I just get it all immediately. Sweet. Thanks. 2 earth scrolls, a bunch of talismans, some paralysis staves, and some grasses. And I didn't even use that 428 pot, which means I get to keep it when I take it out with me. So I basically just have a free hand grenade. That's cool. See? Bunch of free shit. No argument from me. I'm going to go deposit all that, then we're going to go and try a special dungeon. Wrong guy. Your belongings can't fit inside the storehouse. Great, let's sell some of it then. I'll sell the seal talismans. That's a lot of gold. I'll sell the paralysis staffs. And I'll sell the sweet scoochy scroll. And the poison grass. Yep, give me that 3 grand, please. And I will put the rest in storage. And I'll deposit all my gold. Thank you for your patronage. Hi, how you doing? Unique dungeons, yes please. What do we even do? Descend 99 floors. They've also got some weird off-kilter comedy. I'll lend you an item that'll help you down even in the lower levels. Clearing this dungeon doesn't have any rewards, but you can bring back up to 4 items. And you're not allowed to bring back pots. Fair enough. Yes, I would like to go and defeat the underground manor. I don't remember if this is one that you can actually take items into, but either way, I'm in. Alright, we got a zebra scroll and a mahogany staff. Yep, this is just traditional roguelike style. We don't know what any of this shit does until we properly identify it. Which is bad, because now I've got a sky splitter and an ordinary stick, and I don't know if either of them are cursed. Screw it, we're gonna have to equip one of these eventually. Thankfully, this one was not cursed, and it's already kind of upgraded. That's a good start. Die. Down we go. So yep, traditional roguelike dungeon with proper nothing being identified. For all those who like your proper roguelikes and don't like this weird sort of in-between that they got going on, I am now confused. Yeah, please don't step on the same trap and end up doing the same thing over again. I'll equip that. Thankfully, not cursed either. I really should explore. I might need items later on. God knows what's even down here. Spin trap again? Are you kidding me? Yeah, alright, that's enough exploring of this floor. Thankfully, I do have a large onigiri. I should probably use that as late as humanly possible, because God knows what kind of resources I'd actually have down here. Missed. Missed again. Alright, you get to find out what this is. Sealed. Not what I was hoping for. You get to find out what this is. I'm dead. Good job, me. Let's do that again. Oh, start out right on a katana. That's actually kind of nice. Let's hope it's not cursed. It's not. It's also quite powerful. Great. The shield. What about it? Not cursed. Relatively powerful as well. I will not argue this approach. Right. A bracelet and some grass. Sort it out. I hated being out of order on the thing on the right. I also do love this new thing on the right because it makes it really easy to know what I've got on me, at least for the most part, as long as half my inventory isn't in pots like most of the time. It also gives me some extra proper numbers down there. It'd be nice if you were able to hide like the level, the floor, all of that stuff going on up the top there, but hey, not that big of a deal. You can even see exactly how much XP you need before you can move on to the next level. Before you level up to the next level, I should say. Yay, level 3. I appreciate being stronger. Let's move on. There's a lot of crap in here. Alright, well, not a lot of crap. I've got 2 pots. God knows what's in these pots. They're both empty. But it looks like they're either normal pots or preservation pots. As to which, I don't want to guess. God knows I'm going to need these grasses at some point or another. And I don't want to have to throw them into an enemy to scatter them around a bit. Thank God this shield is actually good. I'm gonna face the bee, swing to get it in at me, and just continually swing in the same direction. It does eventually die. Ow. Get the experience while I'm here. Might as well move on. What's this bracelet? No visible effect just yet. Wonder if we'll be able to figure it out before I die. Implying that I ever actually, successfully pull this dungeon off in the middle of a recording. Lots of shields. It's too bad that I don't have a synthesis pot. They usually come in 5s. I don't know if that's actually true in this dungeon though, which makes things interesting. That's the full map view key. I always hit that by accident when I'm trying to go for the walk downwards key. Alright, I have a bunch of crap just building up here. Alright. None of these are as good as the blade I've got, so those can be the first to go. Can I actually do damage with these? Yes! I should do that again. Oh, shadow now. Gotta move. There we go. A scroll. A shield. How's that shield compared to the one that I've got right now? Power of 8. Versus power of 12. We'll leave it. Whoa! Apparently I had a revival grass in there. That's good. Backpack, throw, eat shit. I do not know how that guy managed to do so much damage to me. You know what? Screw it. I'm going to read this and see what happens. It was fear. That's alright then. What the hell? This guy moves quick. And there's the strip trap. You know what? Kite scroll, what are you? It was a slumber scroll. Great! This is why I don't like using things like scrolls until you're surrounded by dudes. More grass. I have so many grasses. What the hell am I even going to do with all of them? Ow. Ow. It brought me back at full hunger as well, so I don't even need to worry about that. That's a nice touch. Oh yeah, something I always forget to mention about the sweet nuts. And this is freaking weird, like even for a game like this. So, if you throw something at a sweet nut, sometimes it'll swallow it. And when it swallows it, the amount of experience you get from it doubles. Then you can do it again, and it'll double again. But if you're unlucky like I was, it'll explode. And when it explodes, you know what it takes? When it explodes, it just, yeah, it's obvious what happens when it explodes, obviously. But you can do that up to like 5 times if you're lucky enough and get a massive boost off it. I don't know what that does either. That's unfortunate. I will eat the peach for the foods. More foods and talismans. Ben 10 talismans. You know what? I've got 2 cinnabar grasses, so if I eat one, it's an odorgorizo! Sweet, I'm gonna eat the other one. And I might as well eat the weeds. Yeah, it doesn't do anything. Right, that's about what I expected. I might as well continue looking around. I can't go too deep too quickly, otherwise I might be under-leveled. That would be a very bad thing. Ooh, more odorgorizo. Sweet. No reason not to eat it, because them being cursed doesn't actually do much to their usability. If they're cursed, you won't be able to eat it anyway. Oh, it's this thing. I know what that thing is in the top right. It's an experience hog. Like, that's not its actual name, but that's what it does. If I kill it, 25 experience. Not as much as I was hoping for. Yes, that thing did steal my gold, because it is a dick. Let's move on. Alright. This is gonna hurt me if it turns out to be an electricity star. Right, sealed. That's quite useful. I should also have the ability to, name stuff I haven't identified, right? You know, there we go. Like, I can't even type on the keyboard here. I have to use the cursor keys. That's dumb. Again, no mouse, no proper keyboard support. It just feels like it's emulating a gamepad, but already said that. But yeah, this is still one of the... God. This is still one of the best roguelikes ever made, with its mechanical depth. Fair but tough challenge. Great looking graphics. Good soundtrack. And just generally great gameplay. So is this going to be another trap similar, pot similar to the one that I've already got? It's an angular pot. Man, I feel like the game's trying to screw with me at this point. Alright, what's lemongrass? It's swift grass. Okay. And what's crimson? Strength grass. We're gonna eat the other strength grass. Cool. And what is the ochre grass? It's warp grass. That will probably be very useful to know later on in the game. Because it might just get me out of a really sticky... Where am I? I can't see myself on the map. Right, I'm down the bottom right. And I get to deal with you. And I have a staff that I haven't checked out yet. Ooh, that's got a sting. So this is obviously a knockback. This is obviously a knockback staff. Wave it again. Smack. Yay! I should probably name it knockback staff. I'll just call it knock to save us all time. I could call it door because you can knock on doors, but that would be dumb. I would forget in 5 minutes what that damn staff does. And I'm doing it anyway. I didn't even... no, yeah, it's right. I didn't call it door. I called it knock. Alright. You get to be... Again, I wish these controls were a little bit simpler. Shoot, what's it do? Shadowbound, he can't move. Cool. You can stay like that for a while I wander around. Mr. Nigiri Baby. I'm sure people were expecting me to say that in a completely different way. I got some swift grass, that's cool. Curse Girl can go screw herself. More food. Always a benefit, although... with the way things have been going, I haven't exactly needed food. Which is, convenient. Hey, my shield leveled up too, that's kind of nice. And the cool thing is, when I can decide what I want to take back with me, so I can choose. Maybe it'll even, like, identify all of this stuff before I take it back, so I can choose what I want to take back. I haven't actually been to the bottom of this dungeon, if you couldn't tell, so, great. Slow trap. And I've been warped. Thankfully, that was easy to deal with. That, not so much. Let's get out of here. Right, what's next? There's a monster all the way down here. It's a tank! You know what? You are going to get a wave of the seal, my friend. Because I do not want you trying to attack me. It's a tank. It's a literal tank. It can shoot you. I am not kidding. Guess how I found this out? Because yes, this is a game that has gigantic weird scorpion spiders right next to freaking tanks. It's just, it's Shiren, it does that. The variety's great on it too. Revival Grass! Sweet. Argus Scroll. Isn't Argus the name of like a chain in the United Kingdom? It was a collection scroll. Oh. It brought me some items. I was really worried that was going to be a completely different and probably guessable effect. Oh, that was a slumber scroll. Whoops. I might as well read this one. Oh, I can apply it to something. Please be a weapon upgrade scroll. It was an identify scroll. Shit, that would have been way more useful somewhere else. Oh, man. Yay, my katana's more powerful. Shame I don't have a synthesis pot. It's possible that I do, I just don't know it. One monster. Oh, that's a nasty surprise. Thanks, game. Another kind of bracelet. Do I even have room for it? I mean, I could just put it in one of these pots and hope for the best. I have my abilities down here, which is nice, but I don't know how that would help. You can go in there. I don't want to go down until I've gained at least one level. God, I hate these things. I'd rather draw it back out in the open so I can attack it on my terms. There we go. Wrong key. Let's see, we have a long pot. There's nothing in it. You know what? Screw it. We'll put a Swift Grass in there. And we'll take it. God, you guys are annoying. I don't recognize this monster. Well, I managed to kill it. That's all that matters. There's a scroll here. It's a dolphin scroll. What does it do? Well, this can't be an identify scroll because it hasn't been identified yet, so good katana, please. Damn it! Wrong choice. Oh, that sucks. And now there's a tank guarding the exit. Screw that tank. We're moving on. Hey, we made it! And there's all my stuff! What did I get? I got a staunch bracelet, which is prevents me from losing stuff. A strength bracelet, a beast shield. Cool. Swift warp, revival, heal, and dragon. That's all pretty basic stuff. A presto pot, which changed that into a peach. A perceptive pot, which grants everyone cautious status, which helps with that. A zen pot, which is quite useful. And an identify pot, which... oh man, that would have been really nice to know about. Let's see. I can only bring back 4 items, right? Unfortunately, I don't think that katana and that shield will be useful to me. Might be good sell bait, though. Alright, let's sort out what I want and what I don't want. So, we'll put these staves in here first off. Yeah, heal grass, we don't need that. Warp. The confusion talismans don't help me out because my weapon can already do that. And we'll put the dragon grass in there. We'll just put that back on the ground. We don't need the grilled or the large onigiri, so we can just eat them. We can just drop that. Juicy Peach is probably good to keep around, actually, but I don't think I've got the room because I can't take packed pots. Drop the knockback staff. Drop the presto pot. Drop the perceptive pot. I'm not allowed to take back pots of any kind, so I can't take back the zen pot. I'd love to take that back, actually. I don't get very many of them. So what do I choose to keep from this? We'll drop the fear. And the sleep. We'll drop the revival, because I can get them pretty easily. And we'll drop the staunch bracelet. Alright, let's go. Sweet! I actually managed to live. Now I want to go and do the other one. But we've been at this for 1 hour and 40 minutes already. I don't think this video is going to get any views if we decide to do it, if we decide to do anything else. I'm just curious, what is this stuff that I just bought going to sell for? At least I might get a decent amount of money out of all of it. 4K? I'll take it. 4.5K of profit from that dungeon. It wasn't even that difficult in the grand scheme of things. So we'll just put all of that money away. And I think we'll call it there. Shiren the Wanderer is still at least Shiren the Wanderer, the Tower of Fortune and the Dice of Fate, is still one of the best roguelikes ever made. Roguelikes ever made. Kind of let down by the crappy PC port. Could really do with controls that don't emulate a gamepad. Could do without the crash, as some people are saying. People are saying that it doesn't run on Windows 7, but that's fine because it says in the minimum requirements it requires Windows 10, so I won't argue that one. But if you can get used to the weird controls, sometimes weird PC port, and the fact that it's a roguelike with some really high difficulty, you've got an incredibly complex, deep, and enjoyable roguelike with tons of side content, plenty of stuff to do, and plenty of reasons to keep coming back. Are these done yet? I don't even remember when I put these in. Might tick over midnight local time, God knows. God damn it. You know what? One more dog lot for the road. I just need to go get 500 Gitan out. Withdraw. I do not want to withdraw all of my Gitan. Not all 32,000 of it. Not right now. I've got nothing to spend it on. I could go and find an elite shop. Oh, hi, you're here. Not right now. But I'll definitely take you along when I do another run. Give me the money. Let's go with the black lot that is definitely a loser. Of course it's a fucking loser. Ah, what a dick. What a dick. Also, it looks and sounds great, and it's got some great comedic writing to it. I imagine that some people who love terrible jokes are going to massively, like, overvalue hilarious pots for all the jokes that they can tell. It's just really well done in pretty much every sense of the imagination, which is why every time I pick it up and play it, I end up playing it for 2 hours for a fucking video. This wasn't meant to be 2 hours, this was meant to be 45 minutes, but that's what I said the last time I did a video on Shiren the Wanderer, and I'm saying the same thing now. It is still 100% worth it, and you know what? The best part about it, let's just quit the game. Not only is it on Steam, so now we've got like cloud saves and everything to work with on that. So if I ever update my computer or what have you, I don't have to worry about that, although that did exist back on the Vita as well. You want to know how expensive it is? $20 US. It's half the price that it was back on the Vita. So, like, this is an instant recommend. The price is right. In fact, I feel like they're charging a little bit under what they could realistically charge for it. And everything else about the game is fantastic. Even the online stuff still works. And hopefully they'll be able to keep those servers up for basically forever. So yeah. I wholeheartedly recommend Shiren the Wanderer, the Tower of Fortune, and the Dice of Fate. Again. If the last 2 hours didn't sell it to you already. This has been Blue Maxima. I will see you all next time.